People thought they already knew everything about Linda Blair, the terrified young girl from one of the most shocking horror films ever made. The Hollywood star who spent decades trying to escape a role that haunted her career. But years later, unexpected photos and bold fashion appearances suddenly sparked a completely different conversation online. Not because they were scandalous, but because they revealed something deeper. Confidence, reinvention, and a woman refusing to let the world define her by one chapter of her life. For many viewers, Linda Blair will forever be connected to The Exorcist. That movie changed cinema history overnight. It also changed her life forever. Imagine becoming world famous while still carrying the emotional weight of growing up in front of millions of eyes. Every interview, every red carpet appearance, every photo became part of a public image she never fully controlled. And that pressure followed her for decades. What made Linda Blair different from many former child stars was her refusal to disappear quietly. Hollywood can be brutal when it decides someone belongs to the past. New stars arrive. Trends change. Audiences move on. But Linda understood something powerful. Reinvention is survival. As fashion evolved through the years, she began embracing bolder styles, glamorous photo shoots, and confident public appearances that surprised many longtime fans. Some people focused only on the outfits. Others noticed something much more important hiding underneath them. It wasn't really about the clothing at all. It was about reclaiming ownership of her image after years of being trapped inside one unforgettable role. That emotional shift matters more than people realize. When celebrities grow older, the world often expects them to stay frozen in time, locked inside nostalgia forever. But Linda Blair pushed against that expectation. She appeared confident, fearless, and comfortable in her own skin during moments when critics seemed eager to judge every change in her appearance. Why does society celebrate reinvention in men but question it in women? That silent double standard followed her everywhere. Behind the glamorous photos and public attention, there was also pain most people never saw. Fame at a young age came with enormous emotional pressure. Linda openly spoke about anxiety, isolation, and the darker side of Hollywood attention. That honesty gave her story unexpected emotional depth. You begin to realize that surviving fame can sometimes be harder than achieving it. And maybe that's why her later appearances resonated with people so strongly. They didn't just see a celebrity trying to stay relevant. They saw resilience. Over time, Linda Blair transformed her life in another meaningful direction that rarely gets enough attention. She became deeply involved in animal rescue and humanitarian work, dedicating years to helping vulnerable animals through her foundation. While tabloids focused on appearances and fashion headlines, she quietly built a legacy rooted in compassion. That contrast says everything. Public image may create attention, but character creates respect. And perhaps that's the real reason people still talk about Linda Blair today. Not because of one movie, not because of one photograph, but because her life reflects something painfully human, the struggle to escape labels placed on you by the world. She faced fear, judgment, reinvention, and survival in front of millions. Yet somehow, she kept moving forward. In the end, the story of Linda Blair isn't really about glamour or controversy. It's about reclaiming identity after years of being misunderstood. And for anyone who has ever felt trapped by their past, that message becomes impossible to forget.